In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 fonts that I really like for designing t-shirts on the app Kittl. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juna with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts online since 2005, and in this video I'm going to talk about fonts, more specifically the fonts that I like on Kittl. And if you don't know about Kittl, Kittl is an application that you can use online to design t-shirts, design different products, mainly t-shirts for me, but of course you can use it to design posters and cards and stickers and all kinds of cool stuff. Kittl was created by the people at Heritage Type, so of course they know fonts. So picking 7 fonts from their list of fonts is really tough, but I'm going to try my best to do my 7 favorite for t-shirts. So I'm kind of niching down. Of course they have tons of fonts. All of them are great. They're type people. They create their own typography and fonts, so a lot of their fonts are really great. I'm going to show you some of them on there. Just going to scroll through, and then I'm going to show you my 7 favorites and how I find them and why I think they're really great for t-shirts. And I'm going to show you examples of them on t-shirt design, so you can go through Kittl and do the same thing that I'm doing and see the different ways that people are using these fonts for t-shirt design. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into Kittl, and I'm going to show you the fonts that I like and all of these things. So here I am on Kittl, Kittl.com. This is an app online that you can use to create t-shirt designs. Look at all these cool designs, not only t-shirts, but if you want to create labels and logos and posters and cards, they have all these different ones. We're going to specifically talk about t-shirts today. The fonts that I'm going to show you are fonts that I think work really well on t-shirts, and we're going to see examples right here on Kittl so you can see what they look like. But let me first show you all the fonts. Like I said, Kittl was made by Heritage Type. They know their fonts. They live and breathe this stuff. So let me show you new project here. I'm going to click on one just to show you the fonts on here, just how many cool fonts are. I'm going to just type in T right here, and this font is amazing. It's not in my top 7 for this video, but it's really hard to pick a top 7 because they have hundreds of fonts. If we just scroll down here, you can see literally tons of fonts, all of them really good. They're vetted by, typography masters, right, that do this for a living. So all of these are great. And if you were to go in here and actually buy some of these fonts for yourself, you'd be paying a good premium for fonts, because these are really cool fonts that have, glyphs and things like that. So, and they're variable widths and they can move, and it's just amazing. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to show you some that I think work really well, especially for beginner t-shirt designers, which ones I think you should start with. But again, there's like, this one's really cool. It's not in my top 7. This one's really cool, not in my top 7, but there's just a ton of them that are good. So I'm going to just pick 7. I know there's a ton more. You'll probably have your own favorite fonts on here, but I'm going to show you with examples on t-shirts why I think they work really well. So let's get into the top 7 right now, and I'll show you what I mean. So font number 1 I'm going to show you is on Kittl, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It is, you just click on Kittl and then t-shirt designs, so click on there, and you're going to see all these t-shirt designs, and I'm going to pick one, and you can do the same thing. If you see a t-shirt design that you like, just click on it and you're going to be able to see what font they are. So I'm going to show you right here, this one, Tropical Sunset. Let's start with this. I'm going to just click on it. Yes, use this design. I really love this font. So I'm going to see what font is this. So it pulls it up. You can just click on it and you can type. And let's say you want a different word, see what a different word looks like. You can actually type here and use it. So what font this is this one right here. It's Adventurer 3. So not 5, 3 right here. But of course, if you scroll down, you can see this is a font family now. Adventurer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 in the font family. And what's cool about this on Kittl is that you can use, kind of interchange, use these together. So I think this one, yeah, so you can see right here, they're kind of putting them together. This one is Adventurer 5. So using 5 and 3 together work really well because they're made to work together. So that's why I'm picking this as my number 1 font is Adventurer, more specifically Adventurer 3, because I really like how it looks. It's nice and thick, easy to read. You can see it has that vintage look without actually having any filter on it. You can see it has that rough look if we look into it here. But has nice serifs, and it just works well with some of the art that's already on here. So this is my pick for font number 1, and that is Adventurer 3. But if you're looking to pair it with other things, make sure to pair it with, all these other Adventurer ones right here. So for font number 2, we're going to do this the same way. We're going to go on the t-shirt designs. I just scrolled down on this t-shirt designs, and we're going to pick one that I like here, and that's this one, The Mountains Are Calling. So just click on it. If you see a font design that you like, just click on it again, and you can see the font that's being used. And in this case, the font that's being used is Milk Store. So same thing on Kittl. This is another font family called Milk Store. I'm going to scroll down, and you can see, let's go all the way down to M. Like I said, there's tons of fonts. Milk Store, there you go. Now you can use these and pair really well. Of course you can pair other ones, but if you're a beginner and don't know what fonts to pair with each other, just use 2 Milk Stores. You can use Milk Store, in this case it's Milk Store 2, but you can use Milk Store 2 with Milk Store 3. I believe this one is Milk Store 3, yeah. So you can see they're using the Milk Store combo. And the thing I like about Milk Store 2 is it's a condensed font. So if you want a longer word like mountains, that's why they used it, because it's a condensed so it can fit better. And if you have a shorter word like then you can use the wider one, which is Milk Store 3. So either one, pair those together. I'm going to say Milk Store, the whole Milk Store family, but Milk Store 2 is my font number 2 pick for this. And you can see it works really well in a t-shirt. This is a great t-shirt design, tall, works well, easy to read, right, and has that vintage look. So this is my font choice number 2 for this video, and that is Milk Store. So my font pick number 3 for this video for t-shirt design is another condensed one, but we're going to pick this one right here on the t-shirt design. So I'm going to just click on it right here. This one has a nice look as well, but it's not part of that big font family, but it's nice and condensed, easy to read. I really love it, and you can see it works really well in a t-shirt design. I love this t-shirt design, and it is called North Road right here, North Road, and you can see it just works really well for any like long or short, and I love how easy it is to read, and kind of the way that they do their letters, right? Just nice and cool. I just love it. Lots of good to say about this, and it works well with the vintage stuff that they already have here with the graphics. You can see how this works, and this is just one color, but because of the fonts it just has that feeling, that vintage feeling, right? And I think they're using North Road on all of these. They're not combining any of them. Let's see, North Road there, North Road here, and see, this is something you can do. Just look at all of them, and just using one font they created this design with different sizes, right, to create interest. But really cool font. I love how it's square and rounded at the top, kind of here. There's no rounded letters. Like a G usually is round, but they made it like this, so kind of square rectangle font. So really cool font. I love it. And this one is called North Road. So my 4th font pick is another sans serif font. I think this one's a powerhouse. This is kind of like the Helvetica font. And this one right here, let's click on this. You can see this design is really cool. Just using font, mainly using font. Of course, there's a heart graphic and some distressed textures. Let's look at what font they're using here. Really easy to read, works for any size. Let's click on it, and this one's called HT Modern Hand Sans. And the thing I like about this one is it's also variable. So what does that mean? You can change the width on it. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So if you do need to make it thinner or wider, you can just stretch it to make it fit. If the word's longer, let's say it's whom instead of who, let's do that. Let's say that you had an extra letter, you can make it fit. See that? So pretty cool font. Like I said, these guys are font people. They know how to do it. This is a variable width font. And so if you have a thing that needs to fit, you definitely can. If it has a shorter letter, if it's, again, click on it and make it fit just with the variable width. Pretty cool, right? So that's my pick for number 4. That is called, let's look at it again, HT Modern Hand Sans. So for font number 5 for this video, I wanted to pick a font that can be used for athletic designs, like a slab serif. And here's one right here. Take a look at this. I just want to go fishing. I'm going to click on this design. Look at that. It's really cool, and you can see they're pairing it with a sans serif, so I'm going to show you that font as well. So let's just click on here and see what font this is. So now that we're here, I'm going to click on it, and it says Tricot. And so is this one, Tricot. And so is this one, Tricot. And they're pairing it with this one right here, Syncopate. That's not in my top 7, but Tricot is. But you can see it, you can pair it with a lot of cool stuff. Tricot is a really cool font, big slab serif font, great for any athletic design, in this case fishing, but it would work for football or baseball or anything like that, any sports design. Nice big serif, slab serifs right here. I think is a great one to use, and it works well with, you know, all kinds of stuff. So you can see this one's mostly using this nice t-shirt design. The font really makes this design, right? It makes it look like it's a adventure or a kind of a sport, which it is, and works really well with it. And you can see how they're using it here. So perfect font for this design, and just makes this design pop. And it can make a lot of other designs. If you scroll through and see some of these, now you'll notice this slab serif, which is Tricot, and you can use it in your design too. So this is my font number 5 on Kittl for t-shirt design, and that is Tricot. So for my 6th font, I wanted to find a font that's really cool and vintage, and this is the one that I picked right here. This is this Benji's Burgers on the t-shirt, so let's click on it. You can see how nice and round, and just has that vintage 70s look. I'm gonna use this design. And what font is this? It is called, it's a long name, Francis Super Soft. Francis Super Soft. And you can see they're using it here. It is Francis Super Soft, as well as here and here. And then they're pairing it with this one right here, which is called HT Modern Hand, another HT Modern Hand Script 2. So, but again, this one is the one that I'm picking, Francis Super Soft. It's really cool. Has that nice rounded serifs, and just has that rounded feel. Just gives that vintage 70s look. So if you're looking to do a vintage 70s t-shirt design, I would recommend doing this one. It works well with all caps, and it works well with upper lowercase. Of course, all their fonts work well because they're font people, but this one I love especially to work with graphics like these, right? Vintage graphics. So I think this design is really cool, this t-shirt design, and the font really helps it stand out as a kind of a more of a vintage 70s design. So it works well with this rounded graphics, right? That looks like that. So I think the pairing, you really should look how your fonts pair with different graphics, and this I think is a great pairing because of the roundness to it. So this is my pick, my 6th pick for fonts to use for Kittl, and that was this one right here, Francis Super Soft. So for font number 7, I'm going to pick one here on the t-shirt design, one that I really like, and that's this one right here. Let's click on it. It's the Surfing Community. You can see it has some tiny serifs, nice serifs. I'm going to click on it, and I'll show you what font this is. It's really cool. It is called Sign Master Basic right here, and you can see they're pairing it with Adventure 2. This one is Sign Master, and this is Yellowtail. So you can click on any design, like I said, and see what fonts they're using to pair with each other. That's a great way to see what pairs well with each other. Just look and try it out and see, well, this works really well. Let me use these 2 fonts together and kind of make your own list, right? But this one I like right here. It works well in all caps, and it just has those little serifs right there at the top. Just gives that little extra vintage look, and easy to read because it's right across, right, like that. So this works really well again with the graphics, because you can see that like the points here and the points here for the trees. Works really good, and this one works really well too. Adventurer, like I said, Adventurer works really well with other adventure stuff as well as some other fonts. So good one to use right here if you're using to design t-shirts. And again, easy to read, nice bold font for t-shirt design. So that's my number 7. This one is called Sign Master Basic. So those are all my 7 picks for you. I'll put a list right here of all 7. I'll list them out, the ones that I used in this video, so you can see which ones you want to use. But again, if you go back to Kittl, let's go back to Kittl, leave this, and go to t-shirt designs. You can go and find your own fonts that you like. Let's say you want to see what this font is or this font is. you can do that. Like I said, there's tons of fonts. It was really hard to pick just 7. If you want to go back and look some and just look at it, Kittl makes it really easy to know what font is being used. A lot of people go and see t-shirt designs online and like ask, what font is this? What font is this? Well, Kittl actually tells you what font it is, and you can use it on their app. So that's one of the big benefits of Kittl. If you don't have Kittl yet, I have a link in the description for Kittl, and you can try it out for free if you want. But you can also have a paid version where you can use this to design t-shirts and sell t-shirts online. But great way and if you just scroll down here, look at all the t-shirt designs that are on here ready. It's just endless. And there's lots of different variety of different things. So you got things like kawaii stuff, got more vintage stuff, you got all kinds of different things, sports, and things like that. Even more, this kind of vintage where it's really 70s, really cool. Lots of different fonts again, like I said here, and you can actually see how the fonts are being used in each of these, and these are being designed by professional graphic designers, professional t-shirt designers, right? So you can see they're really cool already. Great place to start. So have fun with this. Hopefully these fonts really help you in your design. Again, great for t-shirt design. You're looking for fonts that are easy to read, right? And a lot of these are using that. So great place to start for fonts and for t-shirt design, and that's Kittl. So that is it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully these fonts are really helpful for you and this video is really helpful for you. If it was, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps in the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to this channel already, make sure to hit that subscribe button right there. The question of the day for this video is, what font was your favorite? It doesn't have to be any of the 7 that I showed. Just scroll through any of the Kittl fonts and look at those. Let me know in the comments which Kittl font is your favorite. Love to hear that in the comments. Thanks again for watching. If you want to see more tutorials or things about Kittl, I have a couple of them right here. Click on these to watch more of what you can do with Kittl. And again, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.